Hi there, thank you for coming to my kitchen. Today I'm going to show you a fun play on chicken and waffles. I'm from Texas, so of course fried chicken is a staple in my diet. You don't meet any southern person that doesn't know how to make a good fried chicken. And then my husband really likes French toast, so I figured together, and because we don't have a waffle iron, it would be fun to make a stuffed French toast to go with fried chicken. Today what I have going on so far is my oil has been heating on the stove. It's halfway full in a big stock pot with oil, and it's been going for about 20 minutes now, just heating on medium heat to be really good for frying. And then I've had my chicken marinating for about 30 minutes in a buttermilk bath that has garlic powder, onion powder, salt and pepper, and cayenne pepper because I like a little spiciness to my food. And then I have in my flour those same ingredients with the self-rising flour and less the chicken and the buttermilk, of course. Also, on the side, I have a cream cheese mixture that I've put together. I've put it in a piping bag because it makes it easier to stuff the French toast. This has half a cup of powdered sugar, some butter, unsalted butter, and then a whole package of Philly cream cheese. Then at the same time, I've had my French toast batter going. It is a mixture of milk, eggs, and then some allspice, nutmeg, cinnamon, looks like cloves, brown sugar, and then regular sugar, and then just a little bit of vanilla. You'll want to have your toast already cut out. I bought a whole baguette and then cut it about 1.5 to 2 inches thick because we want just enough to fill in to cut it in the middle and make a pocket and fill in the center so that way it won't break or anything. So you'll just have that all ready to go. So what we'll go ahead and do is I will take a few pieces of chicken and the chicken that's been marinating, and then dunk it into my self-rising flour mixture. And you'll only want to put a few pieces in at a time into the oil to make sure that you don't drop the heat of the oil. So let's see, just mix it up really good. And the good part about self-rising flour is that it'll crisp up really nice, and you only have to do one coating. Some people like extra crunch to their chicken, and that's fine. All you'll have to do is to put it back in your buttermilk batter once more after you've done this portion, and then put it back into your self-rising flour. So after that's done, we'll just take it over here and then put it in our oil to fry up. And then each piece of chicken fries up at a different temperature or a different time. So just make sure that you watch your chicken carefully and make sure that it's been thoroughly cooked before serving it. So once on medium heat, it usually works out pretty well. It'll get a golden brown and then you'll know that's cooked. And it takes about, I would say, 8 to 10 minutes. And then always make sure to wash your hands after you've used your hands and handled chicken. You don't want any cross-contamination or anything like that. So while that's going, I've actually had my griddle heating at 100 or 350 degrees for just a few minutes, and I've sprayed some butter spray on it so to make sure that it doesn't stick. And what you'll do is you'll take your French bread and then take the mixture of cream cheese. And then all you'll do is you'll pipe it right into the center to fill it all up. As easy as that. So, take that, dunk it into your French toast batter. Make sure to swirl around the batter just a little bit so that way you don't get too much seasoning on one side and not the other. Let that hang out for a little bit. And then all you do, just like regular French toast, is you will pop it on your griddle to start grilling. And this one will it'll take about 2 minutes per side. And we'll just do one more. Have it hang out just a little bit longer. And then the same thing, pop it right onto your griddle and have it grill up on each side. And what I like to do after I'm done with this portion is serve it up with some maple syrup. So if you have that around, or any other kind of syrup, blueberry, anything like that, that you really like, it'll go well with this. So right here, actually have some fried chicken that's already done, so it fries up very nicely. And I dry mine on a rack, a cookie rack, anything like that, just to make sure that all the oil and the grease kind of comes out of there and you don't have a whole mess on your plate. And then after a little bit, you'll just flip it over and then toast up the other side. So it all depends on how thick you cut your bread. Sometimes it can take about a minute, maybe two, just however long or however thick you've cut it. Since mine are about an inch and a half, these might take just a little bit less time than I thought, so maybe closer to a minute on each side. And the nice thing too is the inside, the cream cheese will get all creamy and moist and warm, and so just the right texture to complement the flavors of the chicken. So let's check on our chicken. Looks like that's going well. And then on this one, sometimes I like to put it on the side just a little bit, just because it's such a thick piece of toast. I want to make sure that all the egg is cooked around the French toast. You don't want any raw egg because that could cause food poisoning, things like that. So just make sure you cook the eggs on the outside too, and you don't let that just stay there uncooked. One more time on this one. Same thing with this one. A few seconds on each side. And this is such a great recipe. I actually was inspired by this recipe by my coworker who raves about chicken and waffles all the time. And she herself also doesn't have a waffle iron at home, so this makes a good alternative to that. You still get the great flavors, and you get to enjoy that classic Southern cuisine of chicken and waffles. Alright, so now that that's done, you just plate it up. These are quite large servings. And then serve it with your chicken. And then just a little bit of maple syrup. And that is your dish, your chicken, your stuffed French toast and chicken. I hope you guys get a chance to enjoy this. This is such a great dish and a Southern classic. So thanks for stopping by my kitchen.